2 years ago, the world prepared for the release of the most hyped up game of all time. For years, we'd been breathtaken by the promises of a fully realized cyberpunk world, with NPCs and stories all in a truly digital living and breathing experience. It was to be glorious. And the trailers and promos exceeded all expectations of video games up until this point. However, that promise would never truly exist at launch. One thing was certain, however, it was not our breath that was taken away, it was our money. Cyberpunk released in a rather less than playable state. For those of you fortunate enough to play the game on PC, there was a chance you might actually be able to finish the game in a way relatively intended by the developers. However, most people, myself included, would find that the touching character-driven story was ultimately slightly undercut by the bugs in cutscenes. Oh, and also the bugs in set pieces, and the bugs in every facet of gameplay. It is rather challenging to be moved by the death of, say, your best friend when this is going on at the same time.
What?
Yes, very moving. Now, I of course played this game before launch. I played it at launch. I played it 6 months after release, a year after release, and now finally 2 years after release. I have seen the best and the worst that this game has to offer. So now, 2 years later, I want to see what has changed and what happens when I modify the game and push it to its extremes. Since release, the PC version has received 21 patches and updates. Almost all of them list bug fixes in the patch notes, including players can no longer use frightened NPCs as human shields when a police warrant is applied. Wait, hang on a second, how dare they patch out a war crime? That's not even a bug! But surely after all of this time and all of these updates, there must be no bugs remaining, right? I mean, I'm sure that they've made a perfectly balanced game with no exploits whatsoever. Oh my god! Is Todd Howard making this game or something? So evidently the game is still not perfectly balanced, considering that 2 years later there are still many infinite money exploits, there's immortality glitches, and my personal favorite, exploiting the quick hack system to instantly one-hitting every single being that is using so much as a Bluetooth headset in a 40-mile radius. Yes, perfectly balanced. Today, however, I'm not here to show off what we already know. We know this game's broken, so I'm here to destroy the game's file and break the fundamental laws of this game's universe. Now, for one of my first tests, ladies and gentlemen, how fast can you go? Science would dictate that the fastest speed in Cyberpunk can only be reached in a car. However, this goddamn game. 2 years, and this is what you get. Hey, at least this one knew to stop. Good job. Now, science would dictate that the fastest speed in Cyberpunk can only be reached in a car. However, after the boffins recently discovered how to inject tea leaves directly into my legs, we're now able to see just how fast the human body can actually go. This is our normal running speed in Cyberpunk. Pretty good, but not that great. So we're going to improve it a little bit.
12 seconds later.
This is 5 times as fast. It's pretty good, and we can go a little bit faster and we're a little bit skatier, but it's not great.
Many tic-tacs later.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is 16 times as fast. It's very, very fast indeed. However, it's still nothing to necessarily write home about. Whilst we are gaining on that car, we're not fast enough in my opinion. Look, we're about to get overtaken by this red vehicle. I mean, you would be a little bit terrified if someone was sidestepping next to your car at this speed, but still, that car is ever so slightly too fast. So, that was pretty good, but now let's try breaking the speed of sound. And this is going to cause the game to destroy itself a little bit. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, are we ready for blast off? I can already tell that my sidestepping skills have increased a bit, so 3, 2, 1. Ow, a car just hit me. Right, well, I'm gonna catch up to it. Go, my boy! 'Cause we're supersonic racing. Ah, yes, look at me. I'm fast now. I can jump like the wind. But wait, maybe I can go faster. That was the speed of sound. Now let us try the speed of light. Go, my boy, go! Vibrate your way across the world. Now this is true speed and power. Yes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, one of the worst parts about being in the cyberpunk world is the fact that ultimately everyone is just worth their own data. That's right, in the cyberpunk world, all of the mega corporations know exactly what you're feeling and exactly what you want at all times. And surprisingly, this isn't too far off where we are actually in the real world. So allow me to introduce you to today's sponsor of the video, Incogni. This is a lovely brand new tool created by the boffins over at Surfshark, and there genuinely is nothing else quite like it on the internet, which is exactly why I wanted to do their sponsorship. You see, companies everywhere, whenever you buy or do literally anything on their websites, are starting to collect your data. And then when there's a data breach or they choose to sell off your data without your consent, then that lovely data is circulated around on the internet and bought and sold with brokers who maybe might not have your best intentions at mind. Maybe they want to buy your user data to work out just how much tea you're consuming, so that when you then go onto another website, that website can deliberately increase the price of tea. Now, that might not sound too bad for you, ladies and gentlemen, but that's devastating for me. A greater application of this would be companies buying user data about you to work out what kind of person you are and then profile you for certain categories like, say, insurance providing. Now, that's not very nice at all. Now, the good news is lots of countries around the world, in the European Union, the US, the UK, we decided to make it so that you, the consumer, could get your data back and force a company to relinquish their ownership of it. The only issue is you have to do all of this manually, meaning that it would literally take you years to complete it. However, Incogni will do all of it for you. You just create an account, tell them whose personal data you'd like them to remove, and then they'll get to work and they'll scrub your grubby mitts off the internet. Best of all, you could try it risk-free for 30 days to see if you actually enjoy their service, and if you do want to subscribe to it, then the first 100 people who use my jazzy link will get 20% off. Anyway, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is Incogni, a very useful tool in the world of cyberpunk as well as the modern digital world we live in. Anyway, back to the glorious dystopia. Welcome back to Science with Spiff, ladies and gentlemen, where today we're going to ask the question, what happens when you jump out of the map? My goal is to reach the highest building in the map, which is the Arasaka Tower, get on top of it, and then see if we can get above it. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let us begin the great hop. Go, Rihanna, away we climb, towards the skies, my boy, towards the skies. Yeah, so what I've done is I've removed the ability to have there be a cooldown on the double jump function. So we're just going to keep climbing up and up and up and up, and hopefully we will be able to eventually get on top of the Arasaka Tower. Yep. It's gonna take a little bit of wiggling and jiggling, but we're doing it. We're climbing. This is good. This is very good indeed. Up we go. Up we go. There's the Militech offices. We do not need those. We're still climbing. Oh my goodness, we are still climbing. How much more have we got to go? Got quite a bit to go, ladies and gents. Still climbing. Okay, right. They really made a big tower, didn't they? Up we go. Oh, okay, I can't see the people on the ground. Well, this is quite scary indeed. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The top of the Arasaka Tower. Here we are. Lovely jubbly. Is there anything up here? I somehow doubt it. I don't think developers necessarily intended anyone to be up here. But hey, we made it, and it's solid. So that's a win. But hey, look at this. It's the top of the Arasaka Tower, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it's lovely. The single highest point on the map, and we get to enjoy it together. Isn't it wonderful? Truly, truly majestic. Right, now time to see if we can escape the physical bounds of the map and lose sight of it. So let's look at the floor, and 3, 2, 1, it's time for the Cyberpunk space program. Away we go! Ah, yes, we have blast off, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye, floor. I no longer wish to remember you. Already, the further and further away we go, the weird goldfish thing in the center is disappearing. Oh my goodness, what a journey. What a great journey we're on. Okay, the goldfish have just disappeared. We've now gone out of goldfish rendering distance, and Johnny is saying that he really dislikes the 6th Street people. Johnny, this is useful information. I don't think we're particularly near them because we're not near any aspect of the map currently. The further and further away we go, the more the map becomes Play-Doh, and that's fine. Everyone loves a good Play-Doh map. Come on, keep going, up we go, up we go. Come on, space program time. I'm now able to see more and more of the map beneath me as I levitate into the skies.
A few moments later.
Okay, I'm 90% certain after this I'm going to require a new keyboard, which is a little bit of a devastating thing. However, sacrifices had to be made in order to do this glorious test, because no one else was going to do it, okay? You can already see that the borders of the map, certainly towards the coast, have now turned into squares. All of their shape and definition has been taken away. Okay, I've opened the map because I've realized what I can do is I can see myself on the map. I'm looking nice and high up. What I can do is I can put a waypoint on the Arasaka Tower fast travel travel point, and this is going to allow me to see just how high I am from the ground. Okay, I'm 2.6 kilometers away from the ground. This is lovely. Absolutely lovely. All it took was a boy with very springy legs, and here we are. I must say, the rest of the map is looking relatively beautiful this time of the year. My personal favorite is the abyssal wastes of the darkness, but yes, it's looking magnificent. Oh wait, is that the space center over there? Oh, we should go say hi to the space center. Okay, the world's graphics has started breaking down ever so slightly. The terrain isn't too sure what to do with itself, and I don't blame it. We have eclipsed cloud level. Alright, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have passed the spaceport and these weird nautical sea barriers. So now that I'm a good 7 kilometers above the ground, I think it's time we go back to Earth. Yes, this makes sense. Our descent has begun as we now crash back towards the ground of Cyberpunk. Place your bets now as to what's about to happen. Alright, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. The Great Descent. This could be the fastest mankind has ever reached in terms of speeds in Cyberpunk. Place your bets now as to whether I survive it or not, as I am about to hit the water very, very fast indeed. Hello, structures. Oh, I'm fine. Lovely. Well, is there anything out here, game? Can I jump? Is this jumpable? I'm going to swim over to one of these big boys and see what all of the fuss is about. It would seem that these big boys out here do not have any structure at all, and add absolutely nothing to the game. Yes, they are functionally empty. Lovely. Wonderful. Maybe one day we'll get some DLC adding structure to these structures. Maybe. Who knows? Until then, science experiment complete. We can indeed go very high. For the framework of today's character build, I'll be using the legendary Rianu Keeves, whom we created a long while ago so that he could foray into breaking the world of Cyberpunk. So, let's turn him into a god, ladies and gentlemen. Now, to truly unlock our powers and become a god in Night City, we must do our own little bit of biomodding, by biomodding the game's actual files, to, give me the endless quantity of perk points that I desire. Now, you might be saying, hey Spiff, you normally exploit the games you play rather than actually hacking the code. And yes, I agree that is normally what we do. However, this game exploited my bank balance and expectations at launch by releasing as a nightmarish pile of hogwash. I mean, just look at these graphics from the PS4 release. Truly breathtaking. So whilst this might not be the developer-approved way of playing the game, from here on out it's going to be a damn spectacle of magnificence and power. And CD Projekt Red, you're just gonna have to deal with it. To begin with, there's not exactly much we can do with him. Because so many updates have passed since we last played with him, none of our equipment is particularly good or useful. Now, I'm not going to mess about and add any equipment to our lovely body just yet because, well, we haven't really decided on a build. Now, of course, for today's video, I have hardly turned him into a god. He's not perfect, but he's getting there. And by that, I mean I've picked up every single perk on every single tree possible, making our character just that little bit better. However, we haven't unlocked all of the wonderful necessary skill experience that we're looking for. And at the same time, even though we've equipped every perk possible, that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to be very powerful. Now, in order to test my abilities, I'm going to head over there to a Cyber Psycho sighting and see if the wonderful Rianu Keeves has what it takes in order to kill this man. Because if we're not very effective, then we're going to need to massively improve our character. Right, well, we've arrived. Let's find that Cyber Psycho. Well, I'm going to stand on top of this barbed wire fence and see if I can spot our lovely Cyber Psycho. Maybe I can blow this one up using the tank, and yes, I can. Okay, that works massively. So yes, we've proved that by shooting a bit of terrain, we can kill a combat drone. I want to see kind of how good I am in hand-to-hand combat using this lovely samurai sword. Because hey, yeah, look, this is a drone. Surely I can just, yeah, I can cut it into pieces. That's completely viable. Lovely. Now, there is meant to be a Cyber Psycho here, but I'm not spotting one. Now, I have noticed on top of this roof there are a little few hidden sneaky turrets, and our samurai sword doesn't really do much damage to them, around about 900. In comparison, our revolver's doing 3,000, which is very, very nice indeed. Oh, is this our Cyber Psycho? Yes, it is. Okay, I found him. Oh my goodness, I found our boy. He is looking pretty spicy to me. He can dodge bullets. That's not a good sign. Oh, but still, a revolver doing 3,000 critical damage. It's not enough to kill him, but that explosive barrel might. Okay, no, he's still alive and almost dead. But heck, we did pretty good. He has got quite an angry shotgun, and I don't think that shotgun can damage me. Hello there. Oh, you did 1 damage to me. Right, well, I don't really think you can kill me. Oh, you can't. Oh, I'm quite good. I mean, I'm still taking damage, but I'm definitely not going to die. Our revolver is definitely the thing powering us through. Although, you did just bleed out to death. So, I will take that. Okay, so that is a Cyber Psycho dealt with. Now, I've got to be honest, straight away I know we're not powerful enough. Sure, that fight wasn't relatively challenging, but that was just one individual, and it still took us a while to kill them, which is hardly what I would describe as a godlike power. No. To become a god isn't to be able to kill someone in 7 to 8 hits, it's to kill them in 1. So consequently, I think we need to find a way to stack some more damage on, and I think the best way to do that is to find the highest damage gun in the game, the legendary and wonderful Comrade's Hammer. So it's time to go do what any lovely god should do and join the path of communism. Okay, so I've made my way over to the vague area. Basically, just here, there's some organized crime, and if we kill the dude, we get the Comrade's Hammer, the greatest and most strongest weapon the universe has ever seen. But I have also noticed there appears to be some kind of organized crime thing going on here, and oh wow, these people are angry and evil, and oh dear, they just pushed people over. Right, well, you can get a shot to the head. You can also get a shot to the head. Oh, that was 46,000 damage. Where are you going off to? No, I don't, my friend. That's 2,500 damage to the head. Lovely. Right, these people are dead. We did okay in terms of murdering them. All of you get to live because of our actions. Well, except for the people who we shot and killed, because I don't think they're going to be surviving. Right, so we know that we're pretty decent with revolvers. We're able to do like 43,000 damage, and I'm gonna hazard a guess and say that that's pretty good. However, our melee weapons kind of suck. So how about I try out a sniper rifle? This is a rare / iconic sniper rifle as well. So logically, it's going to be rather good. And you know what? In order to make it even better, I'm going to actually upgrade it because it's currently quite weak and we're a lot higher level, so we might as well upgrade the heck out of it. Besides, I've got like infinite crafting components because the game just kind of gives you infinite money after a certain while. Anyway, that is now a lovely max level sniper rifle for us. It's very jazzy indeed, so I'm going to use it to see if I can get in on this lovely police activity. Okay, it looks like some kind of drug cell is operating in this area, so naturally I think it's time that we use our lovely snipers. Evidently, I should probably target those with guns first, so this man here looks like the boss with the best equipment, so 1 shot to the back of the head. That was a lot of damage. That's 54,000 damage there. That's 23,000 damage there. Oh, where are you going? That's 14,000. Lovely. Okay, so we can do a lot of damage. Can we shoot through walls? No, we can't. Oh, that's terrible. Where are you going? Into the grave. That's where you're going. How about you? Can I shoot through this? No, I can't. Oh, this weapon is fundamentally useless if I can't shoot through walls. Right, let's try something different. How about this tech weapon? Right, I'll charge it up. Oh! That's pretty good. That's really quite good. Oh, I like this a lot. Oh, I like this a lot. Oh, wow. Yes. Oh, yes, it just purees people. Get ready to be pureed. Oh, yes, right, charge it up. Oh, it just turns people into fart clouds. I love it. Can we go through walls with this? Yes, we can. Okay, well, this gun is immediately a little bit better in my lovely, humble opinion. Now, someone here logically has something that I'm looking for, and that is a template. Oh, hello, dodge and kill. Okay, now, one of you has a crafting recipe for me, and it would appear to be you. Here we go, crafting spec for the Comrade's Hammer. Well, this is great because the Comrade's Hammer is exactly the weapon I was looking for, so now we're actually able to craft this little bugger. Now, why is the Comrade's Hammer such a good weapon? Well, it's very simple. It's powered by revolutionary fervor, and also it's just silly powerful. We're going to craft ourselves one and then proceed to upgrade it into the next stratosphere, and we can already see that its base damage is 3,000, which is very jazzy indeed. Sadly, I can't even upgrade it any further. Oh, we can get it quite high, but not high enough. But we can craft a legendary iconic version with our old version. Oh, yes, this is it. Fantastic. Bam, we'll do it. Okay, and now we have a legendary version. Oh, it's so much better, right? And we can upgrade it as well to even more damage. Now we just need to whack some mods on this bad boy. So, of course, I'm going to strip all of the mods off of my old revolver. Okay, I'm going to make a lovely little crafting mod that increases damage by 7%, which when attached to the lovely Comrade's Hammer should be pretty decent. And oh, we can just add even more crunch mod. Nice, that's exactly what I'm going to do then. I'm going to craft endless crunch mods. So fantastic. I have the wonderful Comrade's Hammer here, which we have now boosted up to a very jazzy DPS 1200. That's very nice. Apparently, we're going to do anywhere from 4000 to 5000 damage on a hit. However, this is technically slightly different. This is the Comrade's Hammer, a tech weapon, and that means that each shot can be charged. That's right, you can hold down the lovely attack button to charge up a shot and do extra damage. It's pretty jazzy indeed. For example, I just did a charge shot for 12,000 damage then. However, it's still not quite perfect. We're gonna go see if we can help out with this ongoing NCPD assault over here and how effective it is, but whether it turns us into a god is yet to be seen. Oh wow, yes, there are definitely enemies wandering around here. Okay, there's an assault in progress, some angry people. I think logically I will just have to shoot them in the head. How much damage is it? Okay, that's 11,000 damage. That's pretty good, but not going to change the world. That is 10,000 damage. I'm going to turn on my lovely berserk mode and do a little ninja dodge, and that's 66,000 damage. Ooh, so much so that the man burst into flames. So I would say that is a scientific victory of sorts. Sure, yeah, let's call it that. Right, well, NCPD, I stopped an assault by causing another one. I hope that helped. Well, I did some more experimenting and blowing people up, and I discovered a few things. Namely, number one, the textures are still working perfectly. This man evidently suffers from giraffe disease with a neck like that, but it's fine. It's completely fine. The bodies have never quite looked better in the glorious world of Cyberpunk. Can I free this man from his horrible situation? Nope, he's just always going to have a weird, long, glimmy neck. Well, that's fine by me. But upon further inspection of actual weapon damage, I've discovered something pretty interesting. And it's not just the fact that I'm an unstoppable god. It's the fact that there's this wonderful little thing called tech weapons in the game. Now, tech weapons are fantastic because they go through walls, and who doesn't like being able to just obliterate your way through walls? No, the special thing about tech weapons is they can actually be charged up to do even more damage. Now, sadly, the Comrade's Hammer can't actually do that. It's really, really good, and it does an absurd amount of damage. It can't be charged to do even more damage. And this is why the Achilles here is kind of even better than the Comrade's Hammer, because it can be charged to do more damage. Now, on its own, it will never be able to overtake the Comrade's Hammer. However, we have unlimited perk points, and in the engineering tree, there is Revamp. It increases damage from tech weapons by 25% and increases charge damage from tech weapons by 10%. The charge damage is then increased by 1% for each perk you actually sink into this. This is a problem because we have 106 perk points available, which we can spend wherever we like, including right here. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. We're going to revamp Rianu Keeves and see just how far we can take this absurdly overpowered tech weapon. Right, well, here it is. I've done it. We're now to revamp level 91, meaning that our lovely tech weapons are now getting an extra 25% damage, and when charged will do an extra 101% damage. This is getting very spicy indeed. So now that we've potentially become a god, we need to test this glorious weapon out, and I think the best way to test it out would be to actually just use it on the police because, well, they're infinitely spawning and incredibly high level enemies. So let's just simply shoot this policeman in the head. That is a crime reported. Oh, and hey, civilians. Bam. Dead. And dead. Lovely. Right, well, this man is really struggling to just perceive my existence. What is wrong with this police officer? Am I that hard to spot? Well, anyway, he takes 24,000 damage to the head. What about you? That's 8,549. That's pretty good. That's also pretty good. This is getting very good indeed. We can even one-hit the robots, which is nice. However, I'm noticing that we're still not necessarily perfect. 20,000 damage or whatever is good. However, it might not necessarily save the world. And oh look, we've got Max Tack here. Hello Max Tack, how are you doing? Oh, you still go down in one hit. Well, you guys are the end game level police officer. Oh, you didn't even die. Wow, well, you get to join the space program for that. Anyway, I'm going to activate my lovely berserker mode. You're looking a little bit wounded. Oh, bless you. Right, well, Comrade's Hammer still does 45,000 damage. Okay, maybe Comrade's Hammer is the way to go. It is really quite good, and it even goes through people, which is actually very good. Alright, well that's 77,000 damage. Let me get a quick cheeky reload in. Okay, well that's 120,000 damage. That's 179,000 damage. Okay, we're starting definitely to get into the god-killing levels of damage. That was another 179,000. Oh, you my friend. Oh, that's 180,000. Okay, right, we're doing good. We're not up to 1,000,000, but we're definitely getting there. Okay, that's not 170,000 there. Good stuff. Just dodge around, dodge around. Well, we are certainly pretty good at what we do, considering we can just do whatever that was and kill all those people in one go. Oh, bless these little people who think they can kill a god. But you can kill a god? Don't you know who I am? Oh, my friends. Oh, my friends. Well, the good news is that we're incredibly difficult to kill, and that our health can just get absurdly good. Oh, wow. Well, I think I successfully killed the entire known universe's police supplies, so that's a win in my books. Now I just need to bugger my way out of here. So, into the Batmobile we go. Goodbye, people. Goodbye. Pleasure seeing you. Farewell. Whee! Oh my goodness, look at the bunny hopping their way up the road after me. They're so cute. Alright, well, I killed more police officers than the entire NCPD has ever faced, and they just let me go in the span of 10 minutes. Oh, I love this game design. Oh my goodness. Imagine getting away with killing some of the toughest members of society that are designed to stop people exactly like you, and then the people in charge of hunting you down and killing you for it just give up after a little quick tea break. Now, a few things have got me thinking, is it possible to become completely imperceivable to the enemy? I genuinely think there's a chance it's possible, so I might as well give it a go. Because if the enemies just simply can't spot me, then we could technically stealth our way through the universe and just become an immaterial being of death. Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I've decided to advance the field of overpowered stuff by getting myself a pistol. Now, the reasoning is very simple. Pistols have much higher base damage than any of our other tech weapons. And the reasoning is entirely down to how overpowered the handgun's tree of thought actually is. It is just absurdly good, especially for headshots. However, this is also a tech weapon, meaning that it scales off of our wonderful engineering perk. However, I've just decided that hang on a second, what if we, put some more points into it? Because it's an okay weapon, it does a lot of damage, but I'm a god. Logically, I should just be able to do whatever the hell I like to it. And so that is why I'm going to basically be going into this game's files, giving myself near infinite perk points in order to sink them all into the engineering tree, because who knows what on earth would happen. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Quite a bit of time has passed, several hours in fact, because it takes a lot of time to sink perk points in. But I have turned the legendary Rianu Keeves into somewhat of a god by sinking 1,230 skill points into the lovely revamp perk, then sinking 649 into the merciless perk, and just for good measure sinking 233 into the good, the bad, and the ugly perk. This, I think, should successfully turn our character into a bit of a god. To add into all of the shenanigans, I have also decided to pick up a new bit of cyberware. It's none other than the legendary Militech Sand Devastan. This will massively increase the amount of damage we deal and slows time for 18 seconds, which is very, very jazzy indeed. Anyway, my mission today is very simple. There is an SUV inside of there. Go and rescue it. So I'm just going to do what any good, lovely person would do and shoot these people in the side of the head. Lovely. Well, bam. Hello, you guys. Well, you're going to try and dodge a bit, but it's okay. It's okay. Right, that's a critical for, I think that was 19 million there. Wow, that was a lot of damage. But now it's time to scientifically break down the power of what we've just achieved by shooting over 10 million damage. Now, my sniper rifle, which if I were to craft it would do a base damage of 1,000, is able to shoot for a wall. And using the powers of science and mathematics, we're able to work out just how many walls our 10 million damage could go through. If we think of each wall being one brick, and so 1,000 damage needed to actually go through one brick, then that means that 10 million damage could go through 10,000 bricks. This means that with the power of communism, we could get through 1 kilometers of brickwork and still evaporate anyone standing on the other side of it. But if I were to go down to the weakest tech weapons that can also shoot for a wall, then with just 20 damage, you can still shoot for a wall. Meaning if we were to shoot 10 million damage, then suddenly we can go through 500,000 bricks, which would equate to about 50 kilometers of solid brickwork. Or alternatively, for all of you Americans out there who need a distance that you can actually understand, this is equivalent to stacking 112 Empire State Buildings on top of each other and turn the person standing at the end of it into a whole bunch of tasty little particles. Now that's a lot of damage. Oh, hello there, my friend. Okay, well, I'm just gonna dodge back and shoot you in the head for 3 million damage there. Very nice indeed. Oh, hello there, person standing behind cover. You're dead. You know what? I should probably activate my lovely giant speed boost voice. So, wabam, that's a critical for 35 million. Very useful indeed. Where's the last guy covered? Through that wall around about there. Okay, no, bugger, I missed. Okay, whereabouts are you? There you are. Well, one shot. Oh, I missed. Well, how about I just run in and punch you for 5,000? Yep, that'll do nicely. Well, it appears that there's someone walking around here, so I will just shoot a barrel, and oh look, he's hiding behind cover. However, will I be able to kill him? Oh no, what a shame. Well, he's dead. He no longer has a head. His head was removed and he set himself on fire somehow in the process. Yeah, okay, we're relatively quite powerful. Okay, there's one last person. Oh my goodness, this man can't see me. Like, I'm literally standing in front of you. How come you can't perceive me? Like, if someone was stood here with a gun looking at you, you'd probably notice him, especially if they're dressed like this. We're pretty visible, I'd say. But oh well, right, I'm just gonna walk up behind him and punch and punch. Okay, punching is not as effective as shooting. Nope, shooting is considerably more effective. Oh no, there's a man somewhere through the walls. Where are you coming to? There you are, and you're dead. Ah, lovely scrubbly. Right, my mission is to safely deliver a car back. Although for some reason the car does not want to stick to the roads. No, it wants me to drive past an ongoing assault in progress. Well, you know what, I'll just ignore that for one day and I'll get back to it in a while. So for this next gig, I'm going to test out my godly abilities of stealth. Now, the mission is quite simple. I need to go in here and find the remains of someone, which shouldn't be too difficult, except for the fact that I suppose there's a whole bunch of landmines lying everywhere. But hey, landmines aren't the end of the world. Right, I now need to somehow make my way over there to get to the next part of this mission. So consequently, I'm just going to jump up this lovely free staircase they built for me. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, and stealth, of course, behind that spooky thing up there. Yes. Okay, there's very clearly a man with a gun, but luckily his perception abilities are incredibly limited and we can just walk around next to him because the man cannot perceive our existence, for we are one stealthy, ingenious little sausage. Well, here we go. We found the body. It is the body of Trevor. We're going to pick it up and then stealth our way out of here, which should be interesting. I'm going to go for a unique strategy of just walking out the front door and should be okay. I'm just going to activate this and just literally leave. I don't think anyone should notice me. Yep. Hello there, lovely man, slash woman, slash giant deaf person. I'm just gonna leave. Goodbye, everyone. Farewell. It was lovely to see you for a short while. Where's my car? Oh, there's my car. Lovely. So, yeah, that's how to do a stealth mission, ladies and gentlemen. You just walk in and leave. I didn't even have time to activate my invisibility. That's right, I can go invisible. So yeah, that was how to stealth it. But another way to stealth it is just go invisible, walk up to people and shoot them in the head for near infinite amounts of damage. Look, I'm completely inconceivable. You can't spot me. Look at me. Okay, well, maybe you can a little bit, but hey, going invisible is great fun. Anyway, I can still headshot people for like 300,000 damage, which is pretty good. Oh, but what about you, Mr. Sniper Man? What about you? Well, that looks like 1.9 million damage to me. And oh, look, there's a man behind cover. I think not. 1.2 million damage. Oh, look at you guys trying to throw out lovely, lovely things for me to dodge. Anyway, I'm going to go into Giga Stealth mode, dodge, and one shot to the head. Yep, that appears to have sent you into a new space program, which is lovely. Goodbye out of this plane of existence. Ah, glorious. This is a good victory, I would say. Well, we can stealth really well and we can kill really well. So I guess the next question is, can we armor up really well? How far can we go in terms of armor? Now, at the moment, our base armor stat is 1,790, and that's pretty good, but I have noticed something over here, and that is that after every successful critical hit with a pistol, armor increases by 30% for 5 seconds. So I'm naturally going to max the heck out of this attribute and see just how far we can take this into the stratosphere. Okay, welcome back to the lovely world of Cyberpunk, where the wonderful and legendary Rianu Keeves is about to become Iron Man. I thought the best way to do this would just be to walk into this area and hello, look, can you perceive me? Please, I'm standing in front of you. Now, if they were to shoot me, I do take damage and ow, ooh, pain. Oh no, ladies and gentlemen, whatever am I going to do? Well, luckily for me, I can do something very very, very jazzy. And that is called shoot someone in the head and get a critical hit. Now, by doing exactly that, my statistics have now gone up to me getting 16,000 armor. This is pretty decent, as it now means all incoming damage is reduced. Except apparently your melee attacks are pretty good. They go through armor. So good job, my boy. Well, I can still shoot you in the head, so that's all that matters. All right, bam. Oh, that's a decent critical hit to the point where you no longer have a head. You just shot me with a shotgun and it did no damage. And then I punched you. Now, how about you? Ah, yes, your machine gun doesn't seem to be doing too much here. What a shame, because I can just walk over here, bop you on the head. You're dead. Oh, you're the last person. Let me just... Bop, you're dead. Oh, one more person. Boop, you're dead. And glorious, glorious success, I would say that is. Look, I just saved your life. I'm a hero, ladies and gentlemen. So we're a relatively decent, unkillable god of unfathomable power. It's safe to say that we have ascended our way into a completely alternative plane of existence, whereby the game just is not able to murder us. We have become Adam Smashmouth, or at least I think that's what his name is. Oh my goodness, now, some of the enemies we're fighting now are pretty decent. They're relatively strong, and they know how to fight. There's just a few issues. I mean, for a start, they can phase through walls, which is, you know, that's a pretty powerful skill to have. Unfortunately for them, I can also phase through walls. Look, there's a wall here, but it does not matter that you're behind cover, for you are dead. How about you? You are dead. And how about you? You are dead. That looks like a turret to me. Oh, powerful. Angry turret boy. Now, even though a giant heavy caliber turret is hitting me and its rounds are about the size of a boulder, I am still, you know, completely unscathed. Yes, I am unstoppable. Oh, that was a lovely shot. Okay, that was a very sensual shot. Oh, look, this man is, he's the final boss here. He's shivving me. Oh, you angry shiv boy. Well, apparently just one punch to the head is enough to neutralize you. Thanks for your knife, I guess. You're not dead, though. Now you are. Job done. Well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We've achieved unstoppable power, although we still apparently can't destroy a cactus. Yep, that's right. I can physically rupture and shoot through metal and walls, but God forbid a cactus ever stood in the way of me and an enemy, because if that was the case, well, it's game over, ladies and gentlemen. These are some powerful little green guys. If anything, the lesson I've learned today is that even if we could try and play God, our cactus overlords would always be lording above us, knowing that we are the true weakest opponent. Take this, you prickly bastard! Oh, they are actually really easy to kill. Why could I hit it with a car and not an anti-tank round? Cyberpunk? Right, game is completely unplayable. My suspension of disbelief is ruined. 0 out of 10. 0 out of 10, I tell you! The purpose of today's video was to become a god that is near unkillable, does infinite damage, moves faster than sound itself, and is imperceivable to the human eye. I have achieved that, and yet I am unable to kill a cactus without a car. At the same time, I might be immortal to anti-tank rounds and nuclear blasts, but if my immortal god of a character is sat in a car and the car explodes, then I instantly die, regardless of how much health I have. It is for this reason that I have scientifically concluded that the most powerful being in the entire Cyberpunk universe is not Adam Smasher, it's not V, and it's not Johnny Silverhand. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a Fiat 500. And on that bombshell, we're done here.